All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first one, we're going to talk about the Tesla Model 3 long range and why, or the truth about why it is not back yet. I've got a pretty good hunch on why it is not back yet, and of course, in regards to basically the strategy, the pricing strategy, the sales strategy of the Tesla fleet and lineup. So it really just makes sense when you think of it this way at the end of the day. But we're going to talk about that plus a variety of different topics. There's a lot of heat going around with Tesla and Tesla advertising, these recent price drops, some new enhancements to supercharging, and of course, much, much more. But before we get into any of that, let's roll that intro real quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description if you want to support the channel and get an access to my best or the best Tesla buying guide out there with all the best credit unions and financing rates. And shout out to my latest Patreon members. We got Thomas, Vikram, and Frank down below. Thank you for supporting. If you want to check out the YouTube join link or the Patreon link down below in the description. All right, so let us take a look at this. Of course, we know everything about the Tesla Model 3. We know there was a price decrease very, very recently, down $1,000 across the board for the Model 3 standard range, and the Model 3 performance. Model 3 standard range is down to $41,990. It still qualifies today if you take delivery before April 18th, and you get the full $7,500 federal tax credit. The key thing here is you have to actually take delivery by April 18th, not place an order or give your money to Tesla. You actually have to take delivery of the Model 3 or even Model Y for that matter, by April 18th. So hopefully that clears it up. If you take delivery after April 18th, it potentially, or we know it will go down to $33,750. But the one thing here is through these most recent price drops, we did not see any sort of visibility at all on the Model 3 long range. We've tried to find them in inventory, going to waitingfortesla.com, and there really is none at the moment. There's only Model 3 standard ranges, which there's over 400 of them available, 471, and there's Model 3 performance at 53 available in the country across the US. This is waitingfortesla.com. It's a third-party aggregator site where you can find vehicles, click the reserve button, it will bring you to the Tesla.com site, and you can give Tesla your money. The other flip side of that is that the Model 3 performance is $52,990. It also got a $1,000 price decrease. And so we can only assume that the Model 3 long range is now down $1,000 as well, down to $48,990. But the problem is here that we can't find any in inventory because Tesla is not releasing any anymore for some reason, or has Tesla just stopped producing them altogether? So we'll talk about that and why that might potentially be the exact case here, or at least they're starting to sell a lot less of them. And so the first thing is here, maybe the reason why the Model 3 long range isn't back yet is because of this $7,500 federal tax credit. Maybe how it is built or whatever, it does not qualify for the full amount, and so Tesla doesn't want to release it unless it qualifies for the full $7,500 federal tax credit. What we know right now is that the Model 3 performance potentially does qualify for the full $7,500, and really the only vehicle on the Model 3 lineup that is going to lose it is the Model 3 standard range. So that could really potentially be it, that there really is nothing to it besides that the Model 3 long range is not getting the full $7,500. But even if it is, let's just assume that it is going to get the $7,500 federal tax credit. That would bring it to, of course, whatever the price is and make it very competitive. But this is why I feel like This is why I feel like the Model 3 long range is not coming back, or at least not coming back in full force. The reason being is because I feel like the price of the Model 3 long range is too close, especially now that the Model Y standard range is out at 49,990. I think it is way too close to the Model Y price, and so it is going to cannibalize any sort of sales between the both of them. I mean, if you were to look at both of them right now, a Model 3 standard range a Model 3 long range at 48 or 49,990 and a Model Y standard range all-wheel drive at 49,990. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people, I mean, there's probably a majority of people, 70% maybe. I mean, that's a good poll question, actually. Maybe I should put that, like, would you buy a Model 3 long range for 48,990 or a Model Y standard range for 49,990? And I'm pretty sure that most of everybody is going to say Model Y standard range all-wheel drive for 49,990. And so that's why I feel like Tesla is not bringing the Model 3 long range back yet, because they do not want to cannibalize any sort of sales, or they maybe feel like it's not even worth it because the Model Y all-wheel drive is such close in price to the Model 3 long range drive. So I think what is actually going to happen, so here is my prediction. Here's my prediction. Very, very soon, really April 18th, we know the date, the Model 3 standard range is going to lose the 7,500 federal tax rate and is going to go down to 3,750. After that time frame, if I were a betting man, I'm going to bet a lot of my chips in saying that Tesla will decrease the price of the Model 3 standard range down maybe $2,000 to $3,000, maybe $4,000 down to 39,990 or maybe 38,990. When that actually happens, that will give them enough room or enough distance and spread between a Model 3 standard range and maybe potentially a $45,000 Model 3 long range, because then that would give it enough spread between the Model 3 long range at $45,000 up to a Model Y all-wheel drive standard range at 49,990. I think that's going to be the spread. Hopefully that makes sense, me talking through it on basically the $2,000 to $3,000 differences between all the different trim levels. And so that's why I really feel like the Model 3 long range has not come back yet, has not been released yet, because they're waiting for the right time to introduce this, because it doesn't make sense if it's out right now publicly available for $49,000 or $48,000. It's just way too close to a Model Y all-wheel drive standard range. Hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Hopefully you can agree, or let me know if you agree with me down below in the comments or even in the live stream chat. We're going to jump into our next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, so definitely check it out if you are interested down below in the description. All right, water break.